Nemesis Rogues Gallery. This is Mark Millar's character Nemesis. Matthew Anderson, I believe, is his name. Um, I have not been a massive fan of Mark Millar. I think Mark Millar, the person, is great. I do like Red Sun and some of his other works. Very selective. I did not like Wanted. I didn't really like Kick-Ass that much. I did like Kick-Ass the movie, but not the comic as much. Nemesis Reloaded is where I started, and I loved it, and I went back and got the original Nemesis run. So now I have the original issues for all of them. I don't have these original issues yet. I haven't, I missed them in the shop. I don't know what happened. So hopefully my shop still has a few of them left. I'll call them today and make sure they've got them. Nemesis Rogues Gallery. I'm going to review both issues because they're both getting the same score, and it's going to be friggin' high. And my scoring method is, of course, my space system, story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. In each category gets a score between 0 and 2. Choose the best you can get in any category. There's going to be a lot of 2s all around. Starting with the story. Continues to impress me. I don't know what it is about this Nemesis character. If you came up to me in the streets and said, "Hey Jay man, have you heard of Nemesis?" Oh no, what's well, I've heard of Nemesis, the 5 film series. The first one directed by they're directed by Albert Pion. I know those. Part 1 is great, and I own all 5 of those. No, this is this other character. He's kind of like a Batman, but like if it was the Joker, he's crazy, insane, and a bastard. He has a butler. He's rich. He has a white suit instead of a black suit like Batman, but he's just a complete bastard. I'd be like, that sounds awful, and I don't want to read it. That's exactly my reaction would probably be. But goes to show that you can't just judge by that alone. You got to read the thing, and I'm just loving it. I do love horror movies, and I would suggest not reading this unless you're into horror movies or something, because like these are pretty violent, and they're kind of like, it's a bit disgusting, some of this stuff. Now for me, it's nothing. I'm watching the Terrifier, right? So I'm seeing Terrifier 3 opening night. So I mean, for me, it's nothing. But I think for regular people, you might be like, this is a bit too much for me. But it's not too much for me, and it's pretty damn cool. So this series is about the people that have survived Nemesis's attacks, or they have lost someone in one of his attacks. Perhaps he's killed their brother or their sister or their kids or something, right? So they're gonna band together to form a team. In the meantime, Nemesis himself has to get a ward. So they're playing this like Batman, right? So he's gonna get his own sort of Dick Grayson sidekick, which you'll see in issue 2. So for story for issue 1 and issue 2, he does find a ward, and he's been paralyzed. So I guess there was something, maybe it was in Big Game or something. I didn't read those other ones. I've only read Nemesis, and maybe he was injured by some of the heroes in that, and from the neck down he was paralyzed. So from here on, he's been being fed by this orderly, and there's almost like a Lazarus pit kind of thingy where they bring back his body functions or whatever. And then that's issue 1. Issue 2 is finding the ward. I'm not gonna do separate videos. We're gonna give the same score for both. It's 2 out of 2. The story for both issues. Love it. The getting the guys together. And part issue 2 is finding the ward and gonna train him. And there's a costume for the ward at the end as well, which is pretty cool. The pacing. I'm gonna give the pacing a 2 out of 2 because I was absolutely like enthralled. I read issue 1 and I thought, oh, I gotta read issue 2 like right now. And I immediately read it. It was so good. Yeah, the pacing's incredible. Guys come in and break them out right away. Like things happen of almost like everything in both issues that happens has consequence and matters. This is one of these comics where like there's not a wasted page of just nonsense. Talking to you, Marvel. Anyways, there's no nonsense in this comic. It's like pure, awesome. Everything that happens is meaningful. Okay. Look at this. I'm gonna show you this. Check this out. Boom. Oh, it's all out for fun. Come on. The art. I'm gonna give the art a 2 out of 2, as I just showed you. It's pretty good. It's got its own style to it, which is really cool, and it feels like a good Nemesis style to me. Nemesis has like his own style. I don't remember all the artists that worked on it, but I like the art. I think it suits it. Art, again, is subjective. I'm just telling you based on how good this comes together in this comic. I'm not saying this is better than Alex Ross or something. I'm just saying that in this comic, it all works together. When I talk about artistry, I always want to show beardedshirts.com, which is my channel sponsor. The link is in the description. This is my favorite shirt, man. So Superboy with the subs on the bottom. I love it. You guys know I do a Legion live stream every Monday, and They don't just have beardedshirts.com. They don't just have Legion stuff. They have tons of Marvel. They have lots of X-Men things. Plus, they have regular shirts. Like if you just want a black shirt with like a logo on it or something, or if you just want Superboy on his own or Lana or whatever, you can get those kind of shirts as well. Check out the link in the description. Let them know that I sent you. Characters, well, 2 out of 2, of course, because Nemesis himself is a complete piece of garbage, and he's kind of awesome in his evilness. I love this idea of the rogues getting together. The rogues gallery is actually good people who have been harmed, and there's this one guy, the orderly I mentioned in the beginning of this video, who has been feeding Nemesis because he's been paralyzed. Once Nemesis gets free, his henchmen say, "What should we do with this guy?" And he's like, blind him." It's like, who cares? So they blind him, and it's like, what the heck? And that guy's pissed off. So then the other people come up to him and they give him this like helmet thing. So he's gonna be he can see, and then he gets like this power glove thing. I'm like, this is so awesome. Nemesis is it's good because the character of Nemesis is very interesting and he's a piece of garbage. But then the other guys that are around him are pretty good too, like the good guys that are trying to fight him. Here's the guy that's going to be the ward. You can just see he's going to be a complete piece of garbage, right? So I mean, we'll see how that works. Issue 2 continues on with the ward, and I'm not gonna go through all of it, but like I can show you the guy's suit at the end. There you go. So this is for both. Enjoyment factor, I'm giving the enjoyment factor a 2 out of 2. I'm giving both of these issues a 10 out of 10. I'm blown away by how awesome they are. I desperately need, if I'll find them, they'll be on eBay or something. So I'm not going to make the mistake of not picking up the next Nemesis thing again. I made the mistake of ignoring this one. I don't know why. I thought, well, I think we're good with Nemesis, but nope. Mark Millar brought me back on, so good job. Loved this 2-part series. Well, 2-part, it's going to be more than that, these 2 issues. So normally I do a video per issue, but they're both going to get the same rating, and there's no point in dragging it out. I can't wait for number 3 to come out and review that. So if you like my space system, please like the video, consider subscribing, and check out some of my live streams, because we're doing Fantastic Four, we're doing Legion of Superheroes, and we're going through every appearance. And Fantastic Four, we're going in order. We started with number 1 in order. So check that out. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.